Ravi from Scholar99.com. Scholar99.com is a blog which publishes PMP tutorials for absolutely free. There's a lot of PMP tutorials over here which you can use it for free. There's no charge, it's absolutely free. As part of the free PMP tutorial series, today we're going to discuss the topic PMP certification prerequisites or PMP eligibility requirements for the exam. This is a detailed blog post which you can look at it, the scholar99.com slash PMP certification prerequisites. You can find the detailed information about the PMP prerequisites. However, for the purpose of this video, I try to put the important points into a kind of PPT, a presentation. I'll probably go through this presentation so that we can traverse through each and every point. Yeah. So as part of this video, we're going to cover these topics. What is PMP certification is all about, and what are the benefits of PMP certification, and what are the prerequisites for appearing for the PMP certification exam. And we will also look at what is the format of the exam, meaning that how many questions will be there in the exam, and what is the time duration, and how difficult it is, and what is the question distribution for each of the process groups. For your information, there are 5 process groups in the PMP or PMBOK guide or PMP syllabus. They're initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and finally closing. These are the 5 process groups. And here in the slide or agenda number 4, PMP exam format, we're going to look at the question distribution for each of these process groups. And also the last section, general queries, I have reserved for some of the general queries that I have seen in a lot of PMP forums, that some people ask that I belongs to a particular industry, whether I am eligible to write the exam, or would it give me the benefit, or all that sort of questions will be answered in the last section of this presentation or video. So let's jump into the topic. What is PMP certification? Yeah. I think I'll have to restart the program. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so yeah, so PMP certification is offered by a body called a certification body or institute called Project Management Institute. And PMP certification is a globally recognized certification for project managers. I would like to discuss here a few things, that there are other there are other project management certifications in the world. They are basically, for example, let's take Prince 2. There is a debate that which is better, or which is more valued, right? In my experience, definitely PMP certification is more valued, maybe because of the credibility, or the difficulty level of the exam, or the information that they have, or the best practices that they follow, right? With all that points, right, PMP certification is even more more valuable certification for project management than anything else. Then we look at, basically we will anyway cover the PMP exam format in the later slides, but for your information, PMP certification is a multiple choice exam. And once you complete your application, and when you're scheduling your exam, you would be scheduling the exam in one of the authorized prometric centers. and go to the prometric center to, I mean, whichever the nearest prometric center to you, you would choose that and then book a slot or book a schedule and then complete your PMP exam. Yeah. The benefits of PMP certification, we have already talked about few. It's a globally accepted certification. There is a small debate that people say that PMP is from US and Prince 2 is from Europe, so or UK. So they are basically more valued in respective regions. But in my view or in my perspective, or what I have seen, is PMP is even widely accepted even in Europe and other countries as well, European countries as well as other continents as well. So and once you complete your PMP certificate, or once you prepare for your PMP certificate, you would get a lot of knowledge, which you would probably a lot of knowledge on the best practices, or the processes that PMP suggests, and you would implement that in the in your existing projects or the projects that you're going to work with. So that would help really to make you a real good project manager, that is for sure. Second is, compared to the non PMP certified people, definitely a PMP certified project managers has higher career growth and salary hike. PMI also publishes a report for project management project manager salary survey. If you look at from PMI website, it is clearly evident that the career growth for certified people would be, our salary would be more compared to the people who are not certified. Coming to the next point is ability to resolve complex project issues. This is what we were talking about, that as once you complete your once you complete your preparation and certification, you would basically uh, you would be very thorough in knowledge or the processes and practices, that what are the common project management problems and how to resolve it. And if you follow or implement the methodologies or processes that PMI suggests in the as part of PMP exam, you would definitely would be in a better position to resolve these complex project issues than earlier. Lastly, in this particular slide, we are looking, this point is about when you prepare for your PMP, you would probably get in touch with a lot of people for, lot of PMP aspirants, for basically rectifying your doubts, clarifications, all that, and you would probably uh, go through some of the blogs and study groups. So definitely your network of project managers would definitely increase, where you can share your project management experiences and also ask their opinions on those particular topics or project issues. So ultimately you would build a strong network for project managers uh, when you are actually aspiring for the PMP certification. This is one of the good benefit that you get. Then, coming to the core subject of this video is PMP eligibility requirements. There are primarily two eligibility requirements that PMI gives. That is, one is professional project management experience, and the second one is education on PMI's project management. We'll go through these two topics one after the other. Professional project management experience. If you hold a bachelor's degree with a minimum of 4,500 hours of experience, which is equivalent to 3 years or 36 months of experience, then you would be eligible for the exam. You would pass this particular criteria. Or if you hold a high school degree with at least 7,500 hours of project management experience, or 5 years or 6 months, 60 months of project management experience, still you would be able to clear this particular criteria. All I wanted to say is that these hours that PMI is talking about is 4,500 hours or 7,500 hours, are basically non-overlapping hours of experience, project management experience. When I say non-overlapping hours, what does it mean? It means that in case if you are working on two projects at the same time simultaneously, then only one of those will be counted as the project management experience, the other is not counted. PMI generally takes 8 hours a day as a experience. So if you're working in two projects, that 8 hours will be counted in one project, not in two projects, right? That's one thing that I wanted to tell you. The second is the project management experience must be accumulated within the recent 8 years prior to submission of your PMP application. Otherwise, it is not valid. So we have covered this PMP benefits, and we are on this topic, and we have covered this slide as well. Yeah. So this is basically project management experience that we are talking about should be the recent 8 years. It should not be the very early ones. Yeah. Coming to the second one is education on PMI's project management. PMI mandates that you complete 35 hours of project management education from any of the REPs. When I say REP, registered educational providers for project management. And usually this is a 4 days classroom training. So after completing, you have a lot of online trainings as well. So after completing the training, they will provide you a certificate of course completion, in which you will see that you have earned 35 PDUs, professional development units, right? 1 hour, roughly 1 hour of education, project management education, is equivalent to 1 PDU, right? And it is mandatory that PMI mandates this particular eligibility criteria as this particular requirement as eligibility criteria. So you will have to mandatorily complete 35 hours of project management education, and you will have to have this particular certificate handy before you apply for the PMP exam. Yeah. And just in case, these are the only two primary eligibility criteria, but just in case if you are not able to, if you are not in the eligibility, if you are not qualified for the eligibility that PMI provided for PMP exam, then one can consider writing this CAPM exam, right? Coming to the exam format, that this is a multiple choice exam with 200 questions to be completed in 4 hours time, which is basically you would get more than 1 minute for each question, and you will have two different type of questions here. One first part is 175 questions, which gains 1 marks for each correct answer, and 25 questions, there is another set of 25 questions which will not have any marks, but however PMI keeps this 25 questions for future for experimental purpose, to include them in future exams, right? And every question will have 4 answers, out of which you will have to choose the best answer. Passing score, this is again a lot of kind of confusing subject. PMI has not given any guidelines for the passing score. It will be decided by the PMI based on the overall difficulty level of the exam. So there is a basically a rating scale that is given by PMI, which is in the last point. There are 3 scales basically: proficient, or 3 ratings on the scale: proficient, moderately proficient, and below proficient, right? Proficient is basically if you're too good on that particular subject, then they will announce that as proficient. Otherwise, moderately proficient is the neutral one, and below proficient is basically saying that you have poor knowledge on that particular process group. Then coming to the questions distribution, here I try to explain that the different levels of are different process groups. What is the percentage of questions that will occur in each of the process group, and also what is the difficulty level of the process group, right? For example, if you take the most or the easiest process group to prepare for the exam is closing, and after that planning, then after that initiating, and then executing, and finally it is monitoring and controlling, right? In the same way, the number of questions that will occur in the exam is 13% for initiating, 24% planning, executing 31%, monitoring and controlling 25, and closing 7% of the questions will come from closing process group. Yeah. So the last slide, we have reached the last slide, which is general queries. This section, as I told you, there are a few questions that I've seen from a lot of PMP forums and a lot of question and answer forums that I thought it's better to go through each of these questions once. Let me traverse through these questions quickly. How difficult is to clear the PMP exam? And the second question is, I belongs to a civil or non IT industry or whatever the industry it could be. Am I eligible to pass the exam? I'm a fresher. Will the PMP certificate benefit, or will the PMP certificate will benefit me in any way? I have earned my 35 PDUs long back. Are they still applicable? My PDUs are still applicable after the exam is changed to a different version. Okay, so the first question: how difficult it is to clear the PMP exam? Yeah, honestly speaking, PMP exam is far difficult if you compare it to any IT certification currently we have, even for project management, other management certifications, right? But however, if you spend good amount of time, and first of all, if you complete your eligibility criteria, and if you spend good amount of time, at least a couple of hours every day consistently, right? And then write good quality and good amount of mock tests, right? And it's not a rocket science, and you would be able to complete it very easily. uh, yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people, who did with basically very quickly. Also, I mean, I think it will not take more than 3 months if you can spend at least 3 to 4 hours every day and a little more time in the weekends, right? So coming to the second point, I belong to a different industry, non-IT industry or civil or construction industry. Am I eligible to pass the PMP exam? Yes, you are eligible as long as you have the eligibility criteria that is mentioned in this particular video. Then I am a fresher. Will the PMP certificate will benefit me at any level? Okay. Uh, First of all, since you are a fresher, you are not eligible to write the PMP exam because you do not have that project management experience that PMI is requiring. However, but if you read or if you prepare for PMP, you can definitely use that knowledge in your project, so you would definitely get some sort of benefit with that. But however, you are not eligible for the PMP exam. Coming to the next question, I have earned my 35 PDUs long back. Are they still applicable? I think the last point is also related to PDUs. if it changed to different version, MST PDUs are still applicable. Yes, it does. The 35 PDUs that you earn does not has any expiry. PMI didn't say that I mean didn't say anything about the expiry of these 35 PDUs. Once it is earned for lifetime. I mean that's what as of now. Uh, so even if you did it long back 4 5 years back and you earned 4 5 years back the 35 PDUs, it is still applicable. And even if the exam version changes or PMBOK changes, even then the PDUs that you earned already still applicable for the exam. You can write it as long as you have that you have that certificate handy. You can definitely apply for PMP exam. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe, or please like the video if you really feel this is useful to you. And also please do visit the blog in case if you're looking for free PMP step-by-step tutorials on a lot of PMP concepts. uh, Catch you in the other video. Thank you.